Hello, everybody. Is everybody okay? Everybody, family all right? Everybody hanging in there?
Lily just crashed Nancy's car this afternoon.
Oh, no. Bad,
just-
man?
Yeah, it's totaled.
She okay?
Not a good thing. She's okay,
Mhm.
you know. And she's very lucky her police officer uncle went to the scene.
Mhm.
Yeah, she got a verbal warning.
Was it her fault?
Yeah, she was going around the curve and something happened and she hit a phone pole.
Oh my.
Ah,
I'm
I
glad
don't
she's
know.
okay.
yeah, me too. That's scary.
Well,
She
she wasn't,
at all, Dan?
she wasn't supposed to be there. She was supposed to be on her way to Willimantic to pick up her mother, and she was doing something, I don't know what it is. She's never gonna come clean, so it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
It's just a thing. All right, well, call this meeting to order.
Yeah, she not hurt at all, Dan?
No,
Good. Okay. Meeting called to order.
all right, I'll be right back. Somebody
Do we
banging
have
on
any
the-
public to be heard? I guess not. Okay, next on the agenda is a financial report. And I thought I had it right here. It is. So I'll just read off to you guys. You remember how it goes. In our program area, we're budgeted to spend 28,000. We have currently spent 4,000. We still have 23,000 remaining on that line. However, it's almost all offset by the fact that we're not bringing in any income this year. So we've had a hold on our expenditures since January. In administration, we are budgeted to spend 45,000 and we currently have spent 30,000. We still have 12,000 of it encumbered, and that leaves a remaining balance of 2,792. In grounds maintenance, we're budgeted to spend 12,500. Current year expenditures are 5,800 with 3,400 encumbered and a remaining balance of 3,157. And that's basically it. Total rec fund budgeted is 121,000. Current year expenditures are 61 with 29 encumbered, leaving us a balance of 30,751. And that's about what we take in income that we won't be taking in. So that's why they've put a hold on our budget. But I think for the most part, it's okay. Can somebody make a motion to approve that financial report?
I'll make a motion. This is Leslie.
Thank you, Leslie. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
We need a second on that motion to approve the financial report.
I'll second it, Neil.
Okay, thank you, Neil. All in favor?
I
Okay, thank you. I just did it before I left work. I emailed you guys the January minutes. Did you guys happen to open those or read them?
I did look at them. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything in it that looks unusual or not the way you remembered it?
No, not to me.
Okay. Maintenance. Okay,
I didn't even look. You emailed them to us?
I did, just at about, I don't know, 5 o'clock tonight, I think.
Been a little busy.
Yep. As I'm looking through it, I really don't see anything that I think anybody would question. That January meeting, the minutes that we're looking over was primarily about putting in our new budget. And the rest of it was just kind of maintenance stuff about programs we had run and the gate and Winterfest and some things like that. One thing in here, I'm on the second page, C, updating the website. Sherry is working to update the Park and Rec page on the town website and make it 1 so that people can pay for programs online. 2, more interesting, exciting, and colorful. And 3, include lots of pictures from our programs. And 4, have a bigger and better online presence. We're working on that. I'm working with Catherine on it. She wants to change and update the website, but I think that that part about being able to pay for programs online is more complex, and other departments also need that. For example, the town clerk's office wants to be able to have people pay for their dog licenses online. So we're figuring out how to make it so that in a uniform way, people could.
Oh, are you using the current website then?
Are we using it, Andrew?
You're going to be using the current website?
I'm not sure if they're gonna be changing it completely or making modifications and adaptations to the one we've got.
No, I mean, ashfordtownhall.org.
.org, yep.
That's what we're going to be using. You're not going to make your own separate one.
Right, or if my own becomes its own page, it would be a link from the town website to that.
Why don't you guys just open a PayPal account?
You think that's the way to go, Dan?
I don't know. I use it all the time, but I mean, if you do it as like a business thing, you have to pay a fee, like, it's like a credit card fee kind of thing, but nothing's for free.
Is it a fee for each transaction or a monthly fee or annual, or how do they do it?
What happened?
What was that, Dan?
He's locking up.
My internet connection is unstable as well.
Ah,
No, if you look into it, I use PayPal all the time for all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
And I think it's like, I'm not sure, but if you pay a fee or get a fee, it's like 4%. So it's kind of like using a credit card,
yeah.
but it's very secure, and I use it 5 or 6 times a week. Easy.
Okay,
It's
So
a way
you-
to pay online. I mean, the town could open up a PayPal account.
yeah.
I
Um,
think that she
Andrew-
wants to link it to the web page, and you have to. That's the complexity about it.
Yeah, you just have to set up on your web page, you'd have to have a button for PayPal, and because I don't know if you want to take credit cards and stuff like that. That's a whole other thing, but
Well, how else is anybody paying online? If it's either with a debit card or a credit card, right?
right, that's more complicated though.
You know,
PayPal, you have an account and you have all your information in there. So it says, you want to pay the Ashford Parks and Rec, and you click on the pay thing on our webpage, and it basically fills out all your information, name, address, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And you just put in how much you want to pay and push the button, and it goes away.
So you mean each customer we had would have to be set up through PayPal?
They would have to have a PayPal account.
Yeah,
All right.
So
I gotta go shut off the alarm that Nancy left going here. Oh, God.
Do other people think PayPal is the way to go?
I don't know enough about it.
Yep.
I don't use PayPal.
Leslie, you had mentioned something to me about a GoDaddy account.
That's actually for the website.
GoDaddy is a
That's for
website?
establishing a website. That's website hosting.
Okay,
So
They
that's the question. If you're gonna be using our current website, you can amend what we have currently and not go with a different web hosting company.
I get you.
So that's part of the question there. And if
And that's
I'm
just,
gonna
that's
bring
just
this
a
up again.
suggestion.
Every time I try and get to the Parks and Rec department, it's a pain in the neck.
Yes,
It's not under board and commissions. It's
it's its own separate thing over there, Parks and Rec, and then you click on that and that's not it. It's underneath it. So we're aware that it all is not good and it's
the
quite.
flow is horrible.
Yes. Yep, Catherine's aware and agrees and wants to help us change it. But it's a bigger nut to crack than
Who
most.
has access to the design templates for the town's website?
Cheryl.
Is she willing to relinquish control for a little while?
Probably not. But she has a whole new, there's a whole new computer program for all of our financial work. And she's been working on it since December to try and get it up and running and operating. So she's like maxed out. That's why we haven't gone to her with this issue.
How is she computer literate, or is she hacking her way through it?
Oh, she's very computer literate. She's very good.
Well, she's been working on it since December. That's like 3 months.
Yeah, they've had some issues. That's all I know. So anyway, I was just updating you guys from the minutes from the last time we talked about website, and that it's being worked on, I guess, is my update. I have put together the information that I want to go on it, and I put together a bunch of pictures that I think are colorful and good and, send the message we want. So I'm anxious to get something new up for sure. But that payment option seems to be a bit of an obstacle. Can somebody make a motion to approve the minutes from January?
I want a second.
You only want a second, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Andy.
Motion to approve the minutes for January.
All
I'll
right.
second it.
Yay, Dan. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So our budget requisition that we did this last meeting in January, lots of times by this time of the year, we're hearing from the finance department or from the selectman's office that they would like to meet with us, or we get a email back saying you must cut X amount from your budget, and we haven't gotten that yet. So I'm very hopeful that it's gonna go as is. And they will let us know if they want to meet with us, and that's usually the finance board, and that's run by Chuck Funk these days. So I'll let you know if we have to present something or change something, but right now, all is well there.
Maybe they're gonna get a whole bunch of Sleepy Joe's money.
Sleepy Joe's money?
Sleepy
Oh,
Joe.
Sleepy Joe Biden's money?
Joe Biden,
Yeah. Some stimulus.
Well, personally, I want Mr. Funk's last name. Doring is boring. Funk is funky. I like that last name.
There you go,
I
Andrew.
want that last name. Andrew T. Funky.
There's already a funk in town.
Oh, I love that name.
Just make sure you keep the N in there. Funk. Our capital improvements, remember I wrote up a thing for the tennis court to be resurfaced and got 3 bids on it, and they were all right around $15,000. And then we presented it to capital improvements. Our project did not get selected for this year, but it hopefully will be the following year. And I'm okay with that. We are still paying for the playscape. So the playscape in the end cost us around, just rough numbers here, $90,000. A year ago, we made one payment of $30,000. This January, they made another payment of $30,000. Next January, they'll make the final payment and our new playscape will be paid off. Other projects took priority, but hopefully in the summer of 2022, we can be talking about resurfacing the tennis court. One project that did get funded for the park is new fencing. Unfortunately, that is falling under Public Works and they're paying for and funding that. But you know, all those poles that separate the driving and parking area from the playscape, or, you know, all those poles that are around it.
Phone poles.
Yes.
wood-
That have rotted and are falling apart and all of that. They're going to be replaced with new posts and with bars that go across them so that cars and 4-wheelers and all that can't really get through.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there any way we can augment the barrier to prevent dinglings in their cars doing donuts in the field?
That's the plan. Joe Kalinowski from Public Works has gotten bids and has a design in mind, and he always does good work. So I'm sure it'll be good. I couldn't get too excited over fence posts. I was really more vested in the tennis court, but hey, we'll take what we can get, and it is on the Public Works Department and probably Kent Fencing. You guys know Chris Kent and the Kent family. You don't know him? He right next to Westford Congregational Church, one house down, bluish house right there. That's where,
Yes.
yes, Chris Kent lives, and he's Kent Fencing.
Does he have a bunch of junk in his yard, all kinds of trucks and crap?
Not too many trucks, but some stuff there. A lot of kids too.
A lot of kids.
Okay, so that's the update on the budget. Program update. Last Friday, we had 60 people go skating at Bolton. And a few weeks ago, we had 28 go. So we had a total of 88 skaters.
Mhm.
And we paid $10 a skater to Bolton Ice Palace. So we owed them $888, and that's going to be paid out of our scholarship fund from the Lions Club.
Mhm.
So
Is there another skate coming up, or is that it?
there is not. That's it. Yeah. That was it. We got 2 in, and people signed up for it, and they showed up. It went very well. I was really glad to keep that tradition going. Leslie, you and Charlie had a good time that day, right?
We absolutely did. Yeah. Yeah, the girls loved it.
Put your camera on.
He doesn't like being on camera. You didn't
No,
learn that from last time?
I'm sorry.
She's very hesitant to turn it on.
I am. I'm sorry. I'll work on that.
She has her curlers in.
Yeah.
That must be it. Somehow I can't picture Leslie in curlers.
No, no. Not anytime soon, I hope.
She's probably in her pajamas already.
See, there you go.
The other programs we have to evaluate is our Healthy Heart Challenge and Winterfest. Comments to throw out about those, you guys?
Was I
Um,
there?
Loved Winterfest. Was sad that more people didn't take advantage of it, but I
Yeah.
think it was a great day. Ice skating was a lot of fun. I wasn't there for Healthy Heart, so I can't weigh in.
Yeah.
But I think the first two were absolutely great times.
We unfortunately, the only thing we could make this year was the Winterfest.
Yep.
Last two, the Healthy Heart and skating, we weren't able to attend, but the kids enjoyed the Winterfest.
Yeah, do you think Diane's onto something there and I should encourage her to, she has a big vision there with Winterfest.
Yeah.
And I hope it'll grow and become a big thing year to year.
I would hope so. I don't know a lot of towns that offer something like that. And if people, maybe we just kind of on the ground level, talk it up a lot more. I think if you get people there, they're going to come back again
Uh-huh.
if they're aware of what it is. And
We should do it when it's warmer, like the summer.
That's a summer fest. That would be.
It was cold.
It kind of defeats the purpose of Winterfest there, Dan.
I think it was the wind. The wind was pretty
yeah, the
horrible.
wind was pretty strong.
Winterfest. What'd you think of the entertainment?
Oh my gosh, she was fabulous.
My kids love the magician, dude.
He did. They
I
did.
enjoyed him too.
I didn't see that one, Andrew, but it was very good.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yep. And
Like
I like Bruce John and Desiree Bassett's got quite a show going now, doesn't she?
She was unbelievable. I've never seen her, and that was worth every second there.
Worth the price of admission.
That's right. I
Yeah.
would take that back, but yeah, she was
What do-
excellent.
What do you guys think about the price of admission, $15 per person for a day like that?
Well,
Might have been a little steep.
might have been a little cheap.
Steep.
Steep.
Some people might have been like $15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
especially
hear
if they
from
gotta-
some people who said, yeah, we took our kids sledding, but we went where it was free instead.
Free. Yeah.
Certainly $15 for that quality of entertainment, a magician and Desiree, and then there were two comedians after that too, I think. But how many people are really gonna go and spend the whole day there?
Yeah, that's a little tough unless folks could have the opportunity to come in, leave, and come back. But I
Uh-huh.
know it. But the entertainment was great.
Yeah,
Well, I think if it wasn't like, so limited because of COVID, it might be a different story too. I don't know.
right.
That's
And
just
Healthy
me.
Heart Challenge was small, but those that came, I think, enjoyed it. We had a couple of families. And Garth, what did you think?
It was good.
It was good.
And a few words.
You enjoyed your time around the campfire?
Yes.
Yes. I knew he was going to say that.
Okay.
I think he enjoyed it. I can't tell from his
Overzealous.
yeah, he's very zealous.
Yeah. All right, you guys, moving forward.
I think we're a little tired today.
Is that it?
Might be.
Understandable. Moving forward, a couple of things. Swim lessons. I think we can do swim lessons. They need to be private or semi-private. But Evangelical Christian Center pool is ready to go. My instructor is getting her second COVID shot soon. And we think we'd like to put out there in the next Citizen an opportunity for people to sign up for swim lessons that might be private or semi-private.
They could just wear masks.
What does that mean?
Private and semi-private, it could be one kid for a private lesson, or semi-private could be up to 4. So let's say your 2 kids, Andrew, wanted to do it. If you had another family with 2 kids that you have been in a cohort with or whatever, and the 4 of them, they could get into a semi-private lesson that way. But we're not looking to put 4 kids from 4 different families in a class that's labeled exactly for advanced beginner or something. We're
So
looking
pods.
for family groups to form their own little cohort.
Is there any money to be made when you have it set up like that?
There is, Garth, and you guys who are in the business world maybe I couldn't figure this or see this all the way through, but where it could work for us is we pay the Evangelical Christian Center $100 a night for their pool. But they don't care if we're there for 2 hours or 5 hours. So when we do smaller lessons, we'd have to be there longer to get in more kids to make money. But you're also paying your swim instructor, who earns an hourly wage, more, but nowhere near so much more that it's not worth it to do it.
And do you know if the swim instructor be willing to work for more hours?
I believe so. Not a ton more though, because they get cold in the water after a couple of hours.
Right.
But as the kids get older, they can also teach from the deck. So there's ways to work that out.
What does she get per hour?
About around 20.
Gary,
So
did you say-
200 a day for 5 hours.
Well, yep. But that's an
Okay.
awful long time for somebody to teach. I don't think they could teach. So it's usually been Sandy, who I'm talking about. She's our WSI. We'd have to have her there. She has the correct certification and it's current and up to date. Ashley also works with us. She doesn't earn that much because she's not certified. And then I fill in, but the 3 of us could cover several classes.
Gary, how many
many-
children per hour? How is it measured?
100 a day, unlimited hours are up to 5, plus the amount of hours for the teachers.
Okay, and how
So
many
let's
kids
guess
per-
35. Sandy
we-
and, are you free, Sherry?
Am I free? Actually, I am.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that.
Yes, that's
No.
how we make a lot of things work, Andrew. I'm already a salaried employee, so if I lead the program or help out, it's not an additional expense charged off to the program.
Yeah.
So you're saying you would only have 4 kids in the whole pool at one time, or 4 kids in a group at one time, and have 3 groups or 4 groups in the pool?
You would have 4 kids in the pool at a time. And then for a half-hour lesson, and then the next group would come in.
That's a big pool.
Refresh
Yeah.
my memory, how much is it per session? Is it like, what, $20?
Oh, no, we generally charge $65 for 8 weeks. We looked at it and we said we might need to charge more.
Yeah,
Which I'm okay with. I think I was looking at an $80 fee or something like that.
that's only $8.
Right. No, $10 a class, that would be.
65 divided by 8.
$8 is what we used to charge. If we're offering a semi-private or a private lesson, you would expect to pay more for that, or could.
So how many week class?
We're looking at that too. It would either be 6 or 8.
You can have
I was actually, I mean, I can figure out the math and make all that work, you guys. I was really needing more of your input on, do you think this is a good idea COVID wise and risk wise and community wise? Are people gonna think, oh my God, swimming, are they nuts? What a great way to pass the virus, even though it isn't, it doesn't live in chlorine. But are parents gonna be ready to go there?
I think the more you can offer people and let them make their choices, the better everybody is. I mean, if
Okay.
people choose not to participate, then they don't, you
Yeah.
know, but if you have enough people, then you've made their lives a little better.
Okay,
And that's my vote.
yeah. good
Problem I
thinking.
see is that we would need a certain amount of money to make this worthwhile. So, yeah, how,
Well, here's another thing, Andrew, to think about, and I started working on a flyer that kind of presented it this way. I talked to you guys just about swimming lessons, but there's also the option of a family buying free swim time.
yeah.
Or adult lessons or lap swim time for adults. Could we sell a half hour of pool time to a family or to adults who wanted to swim laps?
Free
In
time
addition-
from 7 to 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
What times?
Yeah, the other thing we were looking at is in the past, we've only been able to start at like 6 o'clock when Sandy could get there. But I talked to her about the possibility of, hey, could we go after school at 4, 4:35, 5:30? Because I think we'd get more participation. And if we're needing a bigger block of time, that's the direction we want to go. Certainly not later at night.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think you could sell either, Sherry, and I think
Okay.
giving people choices is a nice way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. But who would get there early? Who's going to be on that?
I would.
Yeah.
Turn your camera
I
on.
think there's some families and grandparents and parents out there that,
Oh, Leslie, I meant, before the swim instructor, is that, then you, Sherry? Sherry, you'd be there and be the,
It would be, and I talked to Sandy about getting there early, and she runs a daycare, which is only half operational right now with the number of kids she has. So if we picked the right day, we could make it work for Sandy. So
what
that
is that,
she
like
could get there
starting
early.
at 5? What time
I
would
think
you
earlier.
start?
I'm thinking, I'm really wanting to take advantage of the right after school hours of 4, 4:30 and 5.
And when would we be able to lease it, rent it till? 4 to
Uh,
4 to 9?
Yeah, something like that. 4 to 8.
So-
We don't want to go any later than 8.
No, I mean, for people that want to lease, free time. So
Yeah.
we can schedule till 6 o'clock and have 7 and 8 for, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't got this completely worked out, Andrew, but my thought was that I would put all the options out in the Citizen and then take requests as we got them and plug it into a schedule. So maybe there'd be swimming lessons from 4 to 6. Maybe there'd be lap swim from 6 to 6:30 for 2, people that wanted to do that and were willing to pay the price for that half hour of swim time. And then maybe it would be 3 families that came in between 7 and 7:30 or something, or whatever, probably just 2 families. If, we have to watch our numbers and make sure that we're COVID safe that way. Do you think that's feasible, or we won't know till we try it? And obviously, if we don't get anywhere near enough and we're not going to cover our $100 a night for the pool and the instructors, then we can't do it. But I think that we would.
$170 for the day plus 2 hours is 70, so it's $170 total. 4 times, what? 170 divided by 8, let's say, what? That didn't work.
I think we should try it, Sherry.
That's $20 a session.
Mhm. We ought to be able to do that, don't you think, Andrew?
I don't see why not.
Okay,
That's
Or-
if there's a group of 4 per hour. We do 2 hours, a group of 4 each,
yep,
max.
yep.
So
I
basically, we
also
max
thought-
out 4 to 5.
I plodded
That's it.
through 23 pages of health department protocol on this. And one of the things they were asking for was one-way traffic through the place. So I thought it could work to have everyone walk in through you come in your bathing suit. You already shower at home, you come in your bathing suit. You come in through the girls' locker room, do your thing in the pool, and then everyone would change at different times in the boys' locker room and exit out the way you came in. But we're looking to create that one way of traffic, and anyone in the locker room or foyer area before and after has to be there with their parent. We don't want kids running all over the place or in the locker rooms unsupervised.
So that's a requirement that it's a one-way thing, one way in, one way out.
Yeah, it's a recommendation.
Recommendation or requirement?
I would say recommendation. I'll have to look at it again and see, but they just talk about how rather than having, people crossing paths like this, if you keep everybody moving in one direction and out, it's safer.
Like at the bank.
Yep.
We'll get the velvet ropes.
There we go.
Yeah, you could hook them all together and hang them from the ceiling and make a rope swing into the pool.
Ah, yeah. Be efficient with
That
our
sounds
staff.
like fun.
Hi, Sierra.
A balcony area. They're saying hi to you, honey. It was Andrew. Oh, he doesn't see you now. Try again.
I see her. Sierra had the day off, or did you bring her to school?
She was home. She's home Monday, Tuesday, and in school Thursday, Friday.
For now, that's coming to an end pretty soon.
She
You
says,
can homeschool.
No, they're
no,
gonna
we'll
have,
be going back 4 days soon, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because the elementary school has always been 5 days in Mansfield, a half day on Wednesday, but ever since they went back to school, it's been 5 days, everybody. In the middle school now has everybody up to 8th grade, not 8th grade. 5 through 7 going 5 days. The 8th graders are coming next week or a week and a half.
Well, they're all on varied schedules, huh? How do you keep track of who's doing what?
You just drive by their house. If they're standing out there, you pick them up. I don't get too involved.
Anybody standing by the side of the road, you'll pick them up, right, Dan?
That's it.
Hitchhikers.
All right, so I'm gonna pursue swim lessons, you guys. One other thing I saw online that I thought was really cute, that I thought was a possibility for us, is a pet show. And they had a very, obviously this is not Westminster or something where your breed matters. But they had some cute contests for dogs. And one of them was like musical chairs, only they called it musical sit. So they turn the music on and you and your owner walk around the circle. And when they shut the music off, you have to give your dog the signal to sit, and the last dog who sits is out.
So it's a comedy show.
Yeah, I think so.
Lucy would be so good at that. All I have to do is go like this to Lucy and stick my finger up, boom, and she sits down.
Really?
I don't have to say anything to her.
But would she do it in a crowd and with other dogs around and with all that distraction?
I guess it depends on what kind of butts around to sniff. That's, a big dog thing,
That is. Some of the other contests they had, I forgot to grab the paper. But one of them was best vocals. So your dog has like 30 seconds in front of the judge or whatever to make as much noise, or the best howl or their best singing voice or whatever noise your dog can make.
Isn't that a Pink Floyd song? There's a Pink Floyd song where you do that.
Probably.
I mean, if I could get the beagle to howl on command, that would be cool, but she doesn't. But it's kind of embarrassing when the new neighbors across the street come and knock on your door and tell you that your beagle's out in the middle of Craft Road eating roadkill. There's a dead bunny out there, and she was out there having a ball.
Oh boy.
Tasty. Rabbit.
Wabbit.
One of the other contests was dog and owner look-alike contest. Which owner looked most like their dog, or vice versa, or the dog looked like the owner. I thought that one was cute too. There were a few good ones. Do you guys think this is something we should pursue?
I wouldn't bring my dog, I'll tell you that.
No?
You might worry about little dogs getting into it.
Yeah.
Lucy wouldn't make out good in that. She's way too protective and high strung.
That sounds like my dog, Dan.
Yeah, your dog and my dog would probably be good together.
So I'm looking through our website. It looks like it's from WordPress.
WordPress?
Yeah, it's a website development software pack. And our page sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. It's just.
Yeah, they
really.
were trying, Andrew, they were trying to make them uniform and wanted to put on commissioners and when the next meeting is and what the
Very
last
utilitarian.
minutes were. And I don't think that's at all what anybody goes to our webpage for. They want to know what programs are running and when is it and how do I get registered?
And again, none of our events or notices are ever, that I see, are ever on our homepage either. So again, we need to push for that.
I agree.
Sherry, regarding the dog show, I would vote yes. That's just me.
Okay.
And I don't have a dog.
Anybody else think it's a good idea to pursue?
I like the dog idea.
Okay.
Oh, Neil chimes in. Hello, Neil.
Hi, Neil. I
Hello.
didn't realize you were here.
Have
I
you had
have been here. I've just been running around doing dinner stuff.
Ah,
All right. Anybody vote a big no on the pet show? Obviously, each family needs to make their own decision about their own pet and decide whether it's something they would do or not. But you guys aren't deciding on your own pet. You're deciding for the town right now. What do you think?
I mean, you
You
can
should make it
bring any pet-
mandatory. If you live in Ashford, you have to bring your pet, whatever the pet is. No, it sounds like it could be a fun, whether you have a pet that's worthy or not. I mean, it could be fun though,
until
to be a
somebody's
spectator or nothing, if nothing else.
somebody's
You're
big
definitely a
boa
spectator
constrictor-
sports.
I missed both of you. Dan?
Until somebody's big boa constrictor eats somebody's bunny, that's going to go bad in a hurry.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said pet show. I should have just kept it dog show.
Well, no, dog. You can't just say dogs because then all the crazy cat people will be up on you.
Well, I'm a crazy cat person. I'm not offended.
What about all the ferret
How many
lovers?
cats do you have?
Just one.
My
just-
only,
You're not a crazy cat person if you have at least 5.
my only concern would be any kind of legal ramifications with nutty dogs.
Yep.
Other than that,
The rules I looked at said, of course, you have to keep your dog on a leash at all times and under the owner's control. So, yeah, I thought maybe we could partner with our companions or ask them to be a judge or something, or maybe collect food, dog food or pet supplies for our companions or something like that.
I'm sure they would jump at the opportunity. They can get more exposure,
Uh-huh.
or they
You
should.
guys
jump
ever
at it.
go up there?
That's a nice idea, Sherry.
I
That place,
haven't,
the place is cool.
yeah. Saturday afternoons was always their open house time, Dan, but I haven't been there since COVID's been around.
Yeah,
Did a nice lighted gazebo, almost like ours at Christmas time.
the houses that their dogs and cats live in are nicer than half of the houses in Ashford.
They are pretty nice. They've been new buildings.
They
Yeah.
got washers and dryers and kitchens and everything.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my. All right, well, thanks you guys. I talked also, I'm moving on here. I talked with Jack Champagne today, and he's in charge of baseball and softball this year, where we've joined with Mansfield for those sports now, but they are planning to use our fields, and their registration looks pretty good this spring for kids getting out playing baseball and softball. Fortunately, in this still kind of a little bit questionable time, baseball and softball is a fairly easy sport to socially distance, especially when they're out in the field. They just have to space them on the benches and make sure they're wearing masks there and, you know, work out their practice protocols. But
This
they
is the
look like they're ready
competitive
to
one,
go.
correct?
Huh?
This is the competitive one?
It's rec. It's all recreational level that we're talking about.
Where are they gonna play baseball when they start building the new elementary school?
I don't know. It's not gonna happen till after this season. So they'll address that after. They'll have to come to Ashford more, which is actually fine if we can get some of those Mansfield people to come up here and use our Ashford fields. Would really be okay. So that's a go. Another programming idea we had last year when we put the playscape in, we couldn't do much to celebrate it or have like a big, you know, grand opening or launch because of COVID. And it's actually Leslie's idea, who said, but Sherry, next year we'll have a first birthday celebration for the playscape. And I haven't really forgotten that, and wondered if you guys thought that would be a good idea for sometime probably in May. I thought we might time it with a baseball game, and maybe have hamburgers and hot dogs and balloons and music, and come down and check out the park and check out the playscape and have a fun spring day, a kind of Ashford day at the park. What do you think? It's not a moneymaker. It would be, I don't know.
What kind of COVID rules would apply there?
All has to do with that.
Because
Yeah,
you go down there now and there's, you know, on a nice sunny day last week, there was probably 15 or 20 kids in the playground. And, you know, none of them had masks on or anything. They were just playing like kids. And I don't know if it's something that we sponsor. What would the attire be, you know?
Right. We would have to run it by the health department and follow their regulations. So if, I think when we were allowed to open the playscape last summer, it's because we set a limit of 6 kids at a time on the playscape.
So if it was that, now we would have to monitor that?
On that day, if we were running an event like that, yes.
Well, what's the age limit of kids that don't have to wear masks? If that's really young though, like up to 2 years old or something, 3 years old or something like that,
Usually under 2, Dan.
under 2?
But that's I would think a fairly easy thing to research, right? Like you said, Sherry, contact to the health department or whoever is the governing group this time. But find that out. But as far as an idea, I'm all for it. If it's viable.
Easier for you to stay behind your black box.
Oh, for the love of it. It is, it's like to pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. Isn't that what they say?
What do you guys think? Something we ought to do? I think it's good exposure for the rec department. I think it's good exposure for our playscape. I think it would link us in with baseball a little bit.
I agree. I think it'd be nice. And I enjoyed that the heart healthy thing. I enjoyed a chance to talk to somebody other than Andrea for once.
Hey, you brought your girlfriend, didn't you?
That was your outside voice, Garth.
Yeah.
We did make the heart healthy thing. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, Sorry. Memorable.
Yeah, I got you.
We just all thought it was a fire.
Oh, so that's what that was. That's what it was. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, boy. No, that's just me getting old and stupid.
Okay, any other comments on the idea of an Ashford Day or I should call it the playground, our new playscape's first birthday?
The only concern is that. Sorry.
I'm all for, have it get, like Leslie said, give people the opportunity to show up and then, they'll make decisions for them.
Okay,
Now, I assume we're gonna have to limit the amount of people in there, require masks, do the tracing thing. Do we still gotta do all that craziness? Because it is an event. It's an event.
yeah, probably, we'll see. I am required to run any and all of our ideas and programs by Catherine, who then runs, first I go to her with the idea, then it has to be in written form to the health department. Then they write back to me any specific instructions about how they want something done. And then we can go ahead with it. So it takes some time and planning, and don't worry. It's been reviewed, I guess is what I'm saying. So if we're allowed to have it and we're running it in the way they say we can, then I think we're good.
Also, I think by the time February rolls around, it's going to be a different world.
By the
Or
time,
by the time May rolls around, it's going to be different.
Yeah, right. It could be very different.
I'm sorry, I still missed that, Neil. By the time May rolls around, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're getting there, and hopefully summer will be quite a bit back to normal.
This whole
Okay.
flattening the curve thing, huh?
Moving on to new business. What I really wanted to focus on tonight was our summer concerts. There was no CRPA entertainment showcase this year, but that's okay because I've been every other year, and we have lots and lots of bands to choose from. But what happens at this point is we start to line it. We talk to the bands, we agree on a price, we pick a date, all of that. And we move ahead with planning the schedule. And then we wait until May when our town hopefully actually passes our budget. And then after that time, I can sign a contract with them and we firm it up, because concerts happen first thing in the new fiscal year, which is July 1. So we usually run our concerts 5 consecutive Tuesday nights in a row. beginning with the first Tuesday after the 4th of July. Last year, we were able to have 3 of them. A full lineup for us is usually 5 concerts. And thanks to you guys and the way we did things, I think it really helped. But our public was very compliant with us about social distancing and masks and all that. And hopefully it won't even be a thing by this summer after the 4th of July. But that's what I wanted to talk about tonight and hear from you guys on what bands you like and what you think we should do there. Anybody have a favorite band or a favorite style of music that you think really works well for us in Ashford?
I like all kinds of music, so personal preferences. I'll listen. I like everything. But
Elvis?
it seems like
Elvis isn't available.
rap.
Rap.
That's the only one I hate, Andrew.
I think that the most popular ones in the past had the, classic rock, all the
Cover bands.
yeah, rock and roll cover bands.
Okay.
I personally like big band.
Yep.
That'll be awesome, and I like it. Older people would like it. I'm sure would love to get out. So I'd like to see big band personally.
Cool. That's exactly why I'm asking and what I want to hear. Other favorites?
I like those guys that had the bagpipes. Remember they
Yeah.
did that?
McTallamore.
Yeah.
They
Those
were
guys.
amazing, weren't they, Dan?
Mhm.
I checked into them last year and they're not around. They were a family and they've all kind of gone their own ways. They're not playing currently.
Darn. Well, you could get
Jim
the
and I
glamour
absolutely
girls.
loved them too. Mhm.
How about the glamour girls?
They're not together anymore either. Scott Olson, their promoter, is still around promoting other people, but there's no more glamour girls.
That probably breaks Rick's heart.
Yes, it does.
I saw old Rick the other day. He's not looking so good.
He's doing better now, but he was pretty sick there for a couple of weeks.
I saw him like last Thursday or Friday. And I didn't think he looked that good, but maybe he just hasn't looked that good for a long time.
No, he had a couple of weeks where he was pretty sick. He got a COVID test and it was negative. We were a little surprised.
A friend of mine that got the vaccine in December and January, she's a nurse. She had to go get a COVID test today because she has all the symptoms. And she's going like, how'd this happen? I said, maybe it's just the regular flu, and she's like, I don't know. That she can't go back to work until she gets the results for from her test.
Sure. Neil, did you have a chance to check into any of those bands we talked about?
Yep, I looked at all of them. So let me give you a little rundown of what I thought of them.
Okay.
The last Fair Deal,
Yep.
they were acoustic band, 3 guys, and that's like easy listening. They sounded good. They had good harmonies. I liked them. It was easy listening music.
They were kind of they were folksy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
The 357 band, I mean, we've seen them, they're high energy. They do a lot of covers. I like them. The next one, the Great Garage Band Reunion.
Yes.
That band has a lot of history because I guess they started off as a high school band, and they've kind of grown, and it's a pretty big band. I don't know how many people are in it. When at full strength, they had to have, maybe 15, 20 people in it. And it's horns and, everything. So and they're rock and roll. So they're definitely a foot tapping kind of band. So that was pretty cool. And the other one, What It Is kind of on the same genre as the Great Garage Band Reunion,
Yeah.
brass and rock. And I think Centerline was also along the same genre. They had no brass, but out of the three of them, I think the Great Garage Band Reunion seems like a fun addition.
Okay. I have a flyer right here from the Great Garage Band, and they are local people, but many of them are out of Danielson. What the flyer says here is we are an 11-piece show band doing rock and roll favorites from the 60s and 70s, based in Danielson, Connecticut. Their old name when they were in high school was the Continentals. Our mission today is helping our neighbors in need. The majority of our shows are fundraisers. Since our inception in 2000, we have helped raise nearly $1 million. Some of the local charities, fundraising efforts, and it lists who they've done work for them. We do this for fun and excitement, performing, but in a much bigger way as a contribution to the community. We have performed at rec events as well, including opening acts at various prominent venues, opening acts for the Lovin' Spoonful, the Cowsills, Peter Noonan, the Herman's Hermits, America, and the Beach Boys. We had the distinct honor of receiving a Citizen of the Year award from Killingly Springtime Festival in 2007. They are booking for spring 2021. Due to COVID, we may expect many to be open air events, but we will consider indoor events when the COVID threat is under control. We would be delighted to provide our services for your fundraising or recreational event. And then it's got contact information.
Yep.
So if they do fundraising, how does that work for us, you guys? I've never quite met that. Do we have to pay them? Or
I imagine we have to
or
pay
can
them.
we have them, what did they say? Contribute to the community.
They probably don't do it for free. But who knows?
Call them up and ask, right?
Yeah, definitely it's worth getting in contact with them.
Okay. I will pursue the Great Garage Band Reunion. And that's one band that does favorites, rock and roll favorites from the 60s and 70s. One way that I approach this, you guys, is I've always tried to have a diverse selection of bands out there, either something for the seniors, something for families, something for maybe a little bit more kid oriented. And then we try to do something that's cultural or, something really different.
Hold on, there's one more band I didn't get to, Stiletto.
Yes.
They were a Billy Joel cover band. Even though the lead singer is female, they sound really good.
Okay. That's right. We've done some tribute bands before. I was kind of excited about that Stiletto one that is a Billy Joel tribute band. Do you guys think that would go over well in Ashford?
I hate Billy Joel.
Do you really?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Really? You too, Dan? I don't think he's your favorite, right, Neil? Didn't you say that?
No, I like Billy Joel. I like his stuff.
You do?
My sisters beat it into me my entire youth. I will never listen to a Billy Joel song again if I had a choice.
Andrew.
That's coming from a Long Islander.
Okay. Garth or Leslie, you want to weigh in there?
Well, I stepped away for a minute, but so I can't weigh in. Although I heard the Billy Joel comment, and I'm sure he's fine. But yeah, I kind of agree with you, Andy. Like, no, it's just not my type. So I don't know if we're talking about Billy Joel. I agree with Andy, and like, no, I don't want to get Billy Joel and Ashford.
Okay.
I like
Leslie?
Joel. I like Billy Joel, so for what it's worth.
Okay. That leaves us 3 and 3.
Yeah, he's okay. It's just not my style. So,
Yep.
but yeah.
Okay. That one we'll leave as questionable. Last fair deal, Neil, you mentioned that one. The last time we had them in Ashford was for our 300th anniversary. That lovely day that it poured.
Yep.
And the band had to play in Living Proof Church instead of out on our green. But they're good if you like that easy listening folk stuff. And I think that's different than the rock and roll that we got going. Any comments there, yay or nay?
Well, it depends on what the other bands are. I mean, you know, 5 bands, then if you're doing them and a hard rock, that's fine. But then, you know, what are you going to do with the other 3s? A country, a folk, you know. You had mentioned, you know, maybe an Irish band. That sounded like fun.
Yeah, Dan mentioned the bagpipes that he mentioned was an Irish kind of thing, which has gone over well. There's a band called the Carey Boys that do Irish music, and they're well known around the park and rec world. Everybody has the Carey Boys. Here we are. The last time we had them was July 28th in 2015. Carey Boys. Pierce Campbell leads this dynamic and popular Irish group. Their humorous, high-energy show will have you clapping and singing along in no time and engaging you from start to finish. Wide collection of traditional and original Irish Celtic songs are performed with pristine harmonies, expressive guitar, banjo, fiddle, and bass. Yeah, go for him.
Sure.
Yeah, Andrew?
Sure.
Better than, you want the Carey Boys more than Billy Joel?
Yes.
Okay. So Neil, it sounds like you liked all of those ones that, like there was not anyone that you said no way to.
No, none of them sounded bad. I mean,
Okay.
you know, you don't really hear them. You know, you hear a couple of tracks. The what it is sound. You know, it's hard. They didn't sound as polished as the great garage band reunion. So
Okay.
if it's a toss up, you know, between those 2, then definitely the garage band reunion and Centerline. They again, you know, they kind of give the songs their own spin. So it's not like an exact, you know, they aren't trying to mimic the song. They gave it their own feel. So if you don't like that, then you may not appreciate Centerline.
Yep. I know Dan often says, they ruined it. That's such a great song that I love, and these guys ruined it. They shouldn't even do it if they can't do it like the original. But I think other people don't mind that at all, you know?
Yeah. I don't think they're as bad as that bar band we got. Remember them?
That bar band. I'm trying
It was
to
like a Jamaican kind of like reggae.
yes,
you know, like,
Moto.
yeah, they were horrible.
Okay. I have been contacted by Night Shift, who's Kenny Hicks out of Coventry. We just had them 2 years ago though, but they're always a hire them again anytime kind of band. And I've been contacted by Mike Armentino, who's Rock Solid Alibi is their name. I'm trying to remember when we've had them.
I don't think we had them, did we?
Rock Solid Alibi, I'm looking, I'll be able to tell you in just a minute.
Oh,
Do you know him? Mike Armentino?
I don't, the name isn't familiar though. The band's name isn't familiar.
No. Tire biter. I'm not seeing them here, so maybe we haven't had them, Dan. I'm usually pretty good at remembering that. Maybe they'd be somebody to try this year. They're a trio, which probably means they're a little bit less. No, they're $700.
Oh.
Everything's up there. Our budget is $3,500 and we try to get 5 concerts out of it. So our average that we pay out is $700. But we often will get a band that's 800 or 900 and then we get one that's more like 4 or 5, you know, to offset it.
Well, they seem like they should be a little more reasonable this year because they probably don't have the kind of work that they're used to.
Right, but they didn't play all last year, so they're trying to make it where they can for sure. Anybody have any other band names they'd like to throw out or any other, you know, thought or feeling about what you enjoy most out of our concert series? Like, do you really like anybody remember Fiesta del Norte when we had that Mexican band out there? Or, you know, we can do some Jimmy Buffett flip-flops and sandals and wasting away in Margaritaville kind of look and feel out there. What do you guys like? What do you think works?
Sherry, you've been to more of these than all of us combined, I bet, right?
Yeah, I think I've missed 2 concerts. No, I can't say that. In recent years, I miss one each year because of vacation. But yeah, I've done a lot of them. And I love them. Mass Confusion has called me and asked to play again. Jim Healy, he's fantastic. And their saxophonist, Liz Roberts, lives here in Ashford, right here on Ashford Lake with me. They're a hire again any day, any time for any kind of event band.
They've played before.
Yes. Mass Confusion, we had them in 2009. One time I remember we had to pay them. They came and we had to pay them and it rained. And we never got to see a show. So I always felt like they owed us a little bit.
Well, remind them of that if you're gonna hire them.
Yeah. We have not had Mass Confusion in recent years. We also, Melissa McDonough put in her 2 cents worth. She would like us to have Shaded Soul Band back.
Are they still a band?
They are.
They're
With-
expensive too.
Yeah, they're up there, 800, I think. She works with me. She knows we're a real small town. It's Renee Prescott. She's wonderful.
I know her.
Last time we had Shaded Soul was 2012. August 7th, it was our barbecue night, and we paid them $700.
Are we having barbecue night this year?
I hope so. Fortunately, we don't have to make those decisions till June, but I sure hope so.
Shaded Soul,
Shaded Soul.
I vote for them. I don't know anything about them, but
They're a pretty good band.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
Well, let's look them up.
Let's look them up. What do you want?
I saw them last year at Henry Park in Vernon, and I went to see Renee.
Connecticut Wedding Band,
Yes.
shadedsoulband.com. Is that the one?
Neil, do you remember them and did you like them?
2012, I wasn't here in 2012.
Okay. God, that's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 9 years ago.
Wow.
Actually, no, I was here in 2012. Was I here? Yeah. 9 years ago. Am I right? 7. Yeah. But that was the first year I was here, so I didn't go to that concert.
Video.
Feel like an old guy.
Yeah, you don't even know.
I came to town in 1968.
All right, you ready?
That's probably what I sound like now.
Wait.
This is Shaded
Bad
Soul.
connection.
Yeah, that's Shaded Soul. Is this the right band?
Yeah, I think it is. They usually have a very powerful lead singer. And Renee is the one in the background on the keyboards. They're very good. They always deliver a good show.
Happy to Shake It Off. You ready? Let's hear Happy to Shake It Off. You ready?
Happy to shake it off.
This sounds like Happy, doesn't it?
It is.
What is that song? It is Happy. All right, well. Did I disconnect everybody? No, we're still here.
No,
Yeah,
you're
whatever. I'm good.
All right, so far I've heard Pursue Great Garage Band Reunion, Pursue Carry Boys, and I'm hearing Pursue Shaded Soul Band. Yes?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and
Um,
Garth, by the way, I wasn't born in 1968.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I was 9.
You look good for your age, Garth. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm 59.
Ah, you ain't that old.
Huh?
You ain't that old. You're a young kid.
Yeah, I know. I don't feel 59. That's for sure.
I'll be 62 in June.
Anybody have a strong feeling about a country band?
Yeah, don't get them.
I like country bands, so I think it's adds to diversity.
Yep.
It does add to diversity. But you know what happens when you play country music backwards, right?
When you play what?
When you play country music backwards, you get your dog back, you get your wife back, you get your truck back, and it stops raining.
And it stops raining.
Isn't that
And
the
your mom
blues?
gets out of prison.
I thought it always rains in the blues. In the country. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do the backwards thing. I thought
I
you only
also
did that with
thought I
Beatles songs.
heard Pursue Last Fair Deal. The
I
folk
think I
trio.
like those guys. I can't remember, but I think I like them.
Yeah, they're good. Okay,
I
that
have
gives
to
me
defer to you guys, so, because I don't know any of these bands.
okay. That gives me plenty to work on for now, you guys. Next meeting, I'll report back where we're at and see what we still need to fill and where we're at, okay?
All right.
Thank you very much, Neil. Thanks for your input there and for checking out those bands.
Sure.
Okay, we gotta think ahead to a fundraising effort for us, and do we wanna go for our Labor Day 5K? Which would be Labor Day in September? Or do we wanna steer away from that and try something else? Does anybody have a new suggestion for a fundraising endeavor?
Didn't we go through this in the past? What was the whole bunch of list of fundraising things we went over as alternatives?
I forget now, Andrew, and I don't have it in front of me, so I'm counting on you guys to help me remember. We have generally stayed in the health and fitness line, you know, and either done some kind of road race or bike ride. Garth's bike ride was our fundraiser for a number of years. And then we kind of, we've let that go and tried the Labor Day 5K. For a while there, we were somewhat interested in one of those Tough Mudder kind of obstacle-y course type of event. I forget what some of the other ideas have been.
Skeet shooting.
Yes.
Okay.
What was that?
What about a hike? What about a hike in Ashford? Picking one of the better trails or larger trails? I don't know.
And would we make money at it, Leslie?
I don't know. I mean, if it's a donation going towards some group for the town, hopefully people will be generous enough to do that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Leslie, I remember one time you and I got excited over a rubber duck race
Yeah,
in the Mount Hope River.
there you go. Absolutely. I still get excited about that.
I could too. They actually have a rubber duck day, you know, on the calendar
They have a big race in Willimantic every year.
of rubber ducks.
Yeah. I don't know if they still have it, but it went on forever. They probably still have it. Because there would be hundreds and hundreds of those things. They'd let them all go and they'd go down the Willimantic River back like by American Thread and stuff where the mills are.
Yeah. So what do? Sell a rubber duck for like $5? And then you put a number on it and you dump all the rubber ducks in the river and you at a certain time and you see which one crosses a certain line at some point. Is that all there is to it?
Yeah, but then you have to have people around to knock the ones that get hung up on stuff on the banks and stuff back into the game, you know? Because they all don't make it, you know, they get stuck along the way.
Right.
You probably have to get a permit from the EPA now.
Yeah, do you have to like, does the river flow fast enough or would we need the fire department to give things a little boost, you know, like,
They're not gonna go for that.
no?
No, it's the river always flows. You know, it just depends on how fast it's flowing. It's always going.
Yeah, it depends on the time of the year for the most part, I think, right? In the spring, obviously, it's just flowing a lot faster.
Or after it rains a whole bunch.
Right.
Could
How
it
about a
work in the Mount
dodgeball
Hope River,
tournament?
you guys?
Tournament.
Could it work in the Mount Hope River and they had to go from park to park? They went from Pompey Hollow Park to Ashford Memorial Park first duck to make it to Ashford Memorial Park. We dump them off the overlook or off the bridge. And the first duck to make it to some line in Ashford Memorial Park.
But I don't think you just dump them, then they'll be upside down and tipped over and stuff, no? Do they right themselves if you put them in the water?
They're rubber duckies. Of course they do.
The expert has chimed in.
Actually, when I looked on Oriental Trading at rubber ducks one time, Dan, there were two that you could buy. One would not right itself and the other one would. Of course, the more expensive duck was the one that would flip right side up in the water.
Well, that's the kind you'd have to have, or it'd be kind of sad to have a bunch of drowned looking ducks going down the river.
All the ducks drowned. Oh my God. Local Olympics.
Buzzkill.
Is it something we could do as a part of like a Family Day celebration? At a certain time at Family Day, the ducks are launched and I don't know. I'm just brainstorming.
Maybe you gotta buy a couple rubber ducks that right themselves, Sharon. We'll have a test run.
All right, will you do that with me, Dan?
I would be happy to.
Okay, if I'm gonna go check out that property with you, you can come float rubber ducks with me, okay?
Sounds like a good time.
Okay, be thinking, you guys, if you come up with any other fundraising ideas.
Dodgeball tournament.
Dodgeball tournament, there's one. It's fitness oriented. We have a park.
How about relay racing?
Huh?
Team races.
Oh,
Sprinting back and forth the
Dodgeball
field in Ashford Park.
Oh, you said dodgeball. I was thinking kickball. You really
No,
meant
dodge-
dodgeball, right?
Oh wait, yeah, is that illegal nowadays? Dodgeball, kickball, relay race. I don't know. You don't read.
People would pay to participate in a relay race?
Yeah, why not? Right? Like, don't we have we don't really have a track, do we? We have that stone dust trail,
Stone Dust Trail.
but you can't really do a relay race in that.
I like kickball, and to keep it totally amateur, the teams would be totally randomly picked, so they're a total amateur.
Ah,
That could be kind of fun.
you could pick them like old school, like half the people line up over here and half line up over there, and then just pick teams.
No, I say it's like drawing straws or type thing, so it's totally random, because it's be less about winning and more about just goofing off outside. That's what I think. I've had fun spur of the moment things with kids before, when we weren't planning on it. Something just kind of random happens, and it was great.
yeah. And was it like a kickball game? And-
Once it was soccer, I think, it was Emma's soccer team. The opposing team didn't show up, and we already had the field at Star Hill, so
Yep.
so it was parents against the kids.
What about doing what we did for the school a few years ago, where we made this little obstacle course?
Uh-huh.
We can do like an obstacle course, relay race or something. Make it a little bit, rather than just a relay race, like run in a circle, do an
Yep.
obstacle course.
I
Hand off.
still have the video of Sierra.
Doing what, Dan?
Sierra dominating the obstacle course.
Oh.
She kicked butt in that.
Yeah.
How do you spell obstacle?
Obstacle. All right, I like that idea. That's kind of like some of those Tough Mudder races they used to do. You know, you have to go through the water or through the mud, or you could come up with something that was pretty cool.
Yeah, just don't tell the environmentalist.
Right.
Oh, wait, this is being recorded.
I have just one more thing to talk about here, and it's looking ahead to summer planning. Of course, we don't know exactly what the COVID environment will be this summer, but we were thinking of going ahead with most of the planning that we usually would, and probably looking at trying to run some summer basketball, run some of our camps, bike camp, our Grove Power Fitness camp, and our camp out. Does anybody know of any reason that we shouldn't do some of those things?
I was looking that up a little earlier. I came up across a website where our glorious leader in Hartford is saying as of March, all outdoor activities would be freed up to 200 people for non-commercial events or something to that effect. I wish I didn't close it. Gosh darn it.
I was very surprised when I went online to the day camp at Crystal Pond, because they have already decided not to run for this summer season. But that's the only one that I know of that's not.
So commercial venues, social and recreational gatherings at commercial venues is 200 outdoors, 100 indoors. I don't know if we'd beat, but commercial, what the hell's it? The other one would be private. So it's listing private residence and commercial venues. Private residence is 100 outdoors, commercial venue 200. So that's, I think it said, well, let me see, March 19th. So if they release the restrictions, I don't see why not. We still have to abide by all the social distancing and masks and all that fun stuff. But number of people will be is increased.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's actually it's an early childhood website, Andrew, that has all the camp criteria on it. And then the 23-page document that I've been plodding through is about the reopening of pools and fitness centers and gyms and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we fall into a bunch of these different categories.
Well, most of these are going to be in the park.
Yes. Yep.
So that's an outdoor venue. So
yeah, and
summer,
group size 100 or 200, that's never an issue for us. We're well below
that's not
that.
a problem either way. So.
Yep.
The summer basketball, that's going to be outside at the park.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep. I'm hosting a meeting on that on March 23rd with the rest of the league. I don't really know if any kind of league things will come together, but we're brainstorming and talking about it at that meeting and seeing what anybody thinks.
The camp thing it has to do with that's the camp restrictions. So the bike camp, how'd the bike camp go last year? We did it.
We had our numbers were lower. We had 10 or 12. It always seems to come off nice. Garth, are you up for running bike camp this summer?
Yes.
Do you have a week in mind?
No.
We usually do it the 3rd week of July.
Sure.
Sounds okay?
Yes.
Okay. That's July 19th through the 23rd. I'm writing it down, okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Anybody have any questions or issues or miscellaneous topics we want to bring up?
No.
Nope. Okay.
19th through 23rd.
Are we all set then for tonight? I've gotten through my agenda anyway. Thank you guys for your patience and for your contributions and for listening in and sharing.
Oh. I thought you said Jared. I'm going, who's Jared?
No, I said in sharing.
Who's Sharon?
Jared's girlfriend.
There we go.
Maybe it's Mike's. We haven't heard from Mike yet. He's been very quiet the entire time.
It's a new stick.
Is he asleep?
He's just counting his money.
We're well past our hour, you guys. We probably better wrap it.
Passing his money. That's good. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I'll
Sharon.
be in touch, okay?
All right, we'll see
Be
you
in
guys.
touch.
Okay, we'll see ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.